Nithyanandam everyone! It's Prasiddha and I'm so excited to share with you guys today a little glimpse of our temple. As you can see, we're having a lot going on today. All the Adinavasis are up here and we're sharing with you guys a little glimpse of what's happening here. And what I really wanted to talk about for a lot of my friends on Facebook are from my life before I moved to India. My friends and family, all my connections outside of here. So I wanted to kind of bridge the gap between my life here and you guys and share with you all why we currently are living in such a temple-based civilization, a temple-based community here in India at our Adinam, Bengaluru Adinam, and why civilizations used to be temple-based. So I'm a total nerd, especially when it comes to history, if you guys don't know that already. And I've studied so many different ancient civilizations, especially really prehistoric civilizations. I've been studying for many years, probably since 8th grade. I've been reading my own, researching, I've read 900-page books just on human civilization theories. One of which, my favorite book, if you guys are curious, is called Fingerprints of the Gods, History of Earth Lost Civilization by Graham Hancock. It's one of the best books I've ever read. It started my spiritual journey, actually. And why I wanted to share about this today with you guys is because when you're reading about ancient civilizations like the Vedic civilization, the Mayas, the Aztecs, the Incas, all of these civilizations, all across Asia, Africa, South America, there's a lot, almost a core principle that ties all of them together is how they revolve around temples. How their whole civilization is based in the temple as the center of life. And there's not just, you can't just chalk this up to history or religious understanding, actually. It goes much deeper than this, and it goes to a fundamental conscious and spiritual understanding of human beings and the way we relate to the world. And temples were not just how we understand them now, is actually much of a lesser understanding of what people understood them to be many years ago. Is that they're not just centers of worship. They're not just a way we would cognize like a church, where people come just to gather together and pray to God. It's actually a place to be in communion with God. That actually God resides in that place. It is the home of what we understand as the divine. And what I mean by that is that energy, the frequency, is physically present in that space. So whether you're religious or not, or you understand God to be whatever you might understand him or it or she to be, it doesn't matter. The idea was that in these civilizations, no matter which way you related to God, whatever form you related to God in, that you could connect to that presence, that entity, that energy here. And why Hinduism is such an extremely forward-thinking and progressive way of life, culture, religion, is because there is hundreds of thousands of ways to relate to God. There's not just one God, there's literally hundreds of thousands of forms of God which you can relate to. So whatever way you connect, you can connect. There's no one telling you it's right or wrong, good or bad, moral or immoral. That's the most beautiful thing about it. It breaks all these ideas we have and understandings about religion we have in the modern day. And why temples are so beautiful is, you'll see here hundreds of different representations of the divine, whether it's literally in an animal form, an elephant, a monkey, a dog, whether it's the temple alive itself, whether it's a tree, a sacred tree, which are quite often the temples are based around sacred trees. You can see in the back right here is our banyan tree. This tree is actually holds that same divine energy. We worship that tree as the divine just as much as we worship an embodiment of Sadashiva in form of a deity. So you'll also see tons of different embodiments in male form and in female form. This is something which is so beautiful too, because we are very incorrectly told that ancient civilizations, and especially ancient religions, and most especially quite often with Hinduism, that there is an oppression of women. This is so extremely false and extremely misrepresented in the West. I have never seen so much women's empowerment and embodiment of the divine as I do in Hinduism, and it's so beautiful. Just as much as you see male energy depicted as the divine, you see female energy. The concept of Devi, of Shakti, as the divine mother, is so beautiful. So coming back to why civilizations are temple-based. This space is actually was the ground of the whole community. Means it's not just a place to connect or pray to God or to come into communion with Him or to get blessings or energy or any of these things. It's actually a place where whole celebrations happen, where even medical care is given. And in Hindu civilization, one of the most beautiful things about the Vedic civilization is that so much was required to be free. All the basic survival needs of human beings are considered free. There's no idea that humans would pay for them. This is how
Prasiddha.